Hi people, how you all doing? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It is Sandra here again, yes, and I am back again with another video from Charlie Kirk, and this says Charlie Kirk leaves woke Muslim students speechless with the truth about Hamas. Okay, now before getting into the video, I'm already curious. Could someone be a woke Muslim student and not have all the truths, all the facts, all the information about Hamas? Just wondering there, okay? But basically, this is going to be my first time getting into this, and without further ado, people, let us just hop right into the video, okay?
Proud member of the Young Democratic Socialists of America on campus. I'm expecting boos from that. I don't mind.
No, you're around conservatives, so.
Also, for the record, not that it matters, but if I were to host an event on campus, I'd be more than happy to have people disagree with me to come first. Unfortunately, I do not get to host events. I wish. First off, I wanted to just make a small factual correction to something that you said, which is about the 130 migrants on the terror list that have crossed the border. The actual number is 160, and those were numbers that had been stopped at the border, meaning they were prevented from entering, which means that these people were stopped during the Biden administration.
Right. So you're not exactly strengthening your argument. It's actually higher, thank you. And so how many gotaways have there been at the border this year?
Say that again, sorry?
Gotaways, people that weren't tracked that we don't know that came into the interior?
Unfortunately, that's kind of hard to track, as you said. However, that's actually, I just wanted to...
Yeah, it's about 500,000 minimum.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
I just wanted to give you that number, though, just so that you're aware. But that's actually not my question. My point, I guess. My point was about Palestine. You mentioned...
What country
Palestine.
Is that? Oh, okay, where is that?
In the Middle East.
Wait, is it in Judea and Samaria?
I'm sorry, say that again? I can't hear you well.
What country are you talking about?
Palestine.
It exists?
Yes.
Oh.
In fact, it existed before current Israel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
According to who?
According to history books.
Oh, okay. So wait, you mean Judea and Samaria, the rightful homeland of the Jews that they call the West Bank and they're currently occupying?
If you're going by religion, sure. I personally don't go by religion.
Oh, what do you go by then? Where the Arabs want to occupy?
Logic.
Oh,
and
really?
History.
So whose is Gaza?
Gaza is a location. I'm sorry, I'm getting a call and I don't want that to interfere in the mic. Gaza's location within Palestine. But I'd like to go on to my point, if you will. Currently, Israel is actually being labeled by international human rights organizations such as Amnesty International as an apartheid state because they are attacking many people from within Palestine, and they have been the land has been stolen from Palestine. Not to say that the people in Israel do not deserve their own land. I am a believer in a two-state solution, and I want to make that clear. And I also want to make clear that I do not agree with the recent incidents because there is no excuse for harming civilians. However, I do want to make
You're morally clear on that. Good.
Thank you. I do want to make clear that also Israel has captured more than 228 Palestinian children in which they held in containment, and of these, 86% were beaten. Oh, and these were, by the way, the 220 is only those that were able to be surveyed, so they were recovered. The 86% of those were beaten in detention, 69% were strip searched, and 42% were injured at the point of arrest. Additionally, I would like to add, due to your claim about dictators, that Benjamin Netanyahu has been in power since 2009, and he also held in power from 1996 to 1999. So you can argue that
there's actually a moment when he wasn't prime minister.
That's why I said
Naftali Bennett was actually, and he's duly elected. When was the last time Abbas won an election?
Say that again?
When was the last time Mahmoud Abbas won an election?
That I do currently not have.
Yeah, 8 years. They don't hold elections because they're under a dictatorship. I'm just curious because I want to try to find some clarity more than agreement because we're not going to find agreement. If Israel stopped fighting, what would happen? If they laid down all their guns tomorrow, what would happen?
Personally, I can't say. I'm not in charge of any of the leadership.
Yes, so all the Jews would be killed. If Hamas laid down...
It's not about Judaism, though.
If
Israel's actually the ones that have taken Palestine's land.
Okay, again, I'm just trying to find some moral clarity. If Hamas laid down all of their weapons, what would we have?
there would be no more Palestine.
Peace is what we would have.
No,
we would have peace.
Excuse my language, but that's bullshit. And
okay, so let me ask this. Why did Israel give Gaza back to the Arab Muslims? For peace. Why did they give the Sinai to Egypt?
Gaza?
For
why
peace.
Did they throw missiles over there?
No, hold on a second. Why did they give the Sinai to Egypt? For peace. Why did they give the Gaza Strip to the Palestinian Authority? For peace. Well, in Hamas's charter, what does it say?
I'm not defending Hamas.
Well, hold on a second.
Right.
You're defending the Palestinian Authority, which is partners with Hamas, and they duly elected them.
No.
How is Hamas's charter any different than Nazi Germany's charter towards the Jews?
I'm not defending any of that. And for one,
so what are you defending?
Hold on.
Exactly.
For one, I'm defending the right of Palestine to exist, which I want to clarify. I am not telling you that you're being Islamophobic by supporting Israel. I'm not telling you that you want to kill the Muslims. So trying to say that the existence of Palestine
here's a fact. Let me tell you. I think this last weekend displayed the holes in your argument. When Jews go for their high holy day, Arabs come in and kill Jews. When Arabs want to have peace, the Jews will come to the table for a peace agreement. Abraham Accords, the Oslo Accords. Any time that the Arabs want to talk, the Jews will come to the table to talk in the pursuit of peace. Meanwhile, this weekend, in a slight vulnerability, what happened? Jews are celebrating the end of Yom Kippur, the reading of the Torah, and they come in and they kill 900 Jews. And answer me this. If this was an isolated incident, why were they greeted as heroes by the people of Gaza after they killed 900 women and children?
I want to make this clear once more because you seem to not be understanding. I am not defending these actions. I am simply refuting the claims that you made earlier in this argument.
Here's the thing. I think a two-state solution sounds great if you don't actually live in reality. Let me tell you what reality is. The Arabs don't want to govern their own people. They would rather hate Jews. Every day they're saying death to the Jews, kill the Jews. They do not want to govern their own people. There is no middle ground when they're screaming to the sky for Intifada. Israel has been at the table time and time again. Do you agree? Abraham Accords, trying to find peace, trying to sit down with Mahmoud Abbas.
The Israelites have hundreds of Palestinian children in detention. They have sent missiles to Palestine and killed hundreds of civilians. After this event, Netanyahu declared that he will send missiles to Palestine in an area where the Palestinian civilians are not able to leave.
Wait, hold on a second. You mean to Gaza?
Yes.
Right, where they actually gave warnings to apartment buildings. What kind of Israel's so bad that they tell people to leave before they bomb them? Hamas comes on a holy day into kibbutzes and cuts women's heads off at concerts. The moral equivalence is so different. And let me just ask you, what do you think is a bigger impediment to peace, Hamas or Israel?
If you would like, I'd prefer if you could stop interrupting me.
Well, I'm the speaker, you're not. So let me just remind you, you're a college kid. You came to our event. So let me just ask you a very clear question. Bigger impediment to peace, Palestinian Authority or Israel?
Israel.
Prove it. Tell me one situation where Israel has not come to the table. Israel has given up land. When was the last time the Palestinian Authority willingly gave up land for peace?
Israel's bombing the land.
Never, because they don't want peace. They want dead Jews. And we as Americans should never put up with the intentional extermination of Jews again in our country. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to the next question.
Argue that when you have these debates,
we're going to the next question. Thank you. Thank you.
Why is it about it there?
We're going to take the next question. Thank you. Thank you. That is closeted Jew hatred laundered through Arab talking points.
Okay, so yet again, we did get into that, and it's going to be a whole lot of yet agains because people are not getting it, okay? And I actually right now getting into this guy with such confidence that he used in emerging the stage, it really makes me question what I think is. Isn't it a war that's going on? I'm asking. Because I see some people who are so against Israel, and it's like they're supporting Hamas. I don't understand that, because here's the thing. So as Charlie said, he and the guy had a moral understanding, and I'm gonna second that as well, right? In the sense that he said there really is no excuse for the execution of civilians. there truly is no excuse, no matter what it wants to be, no matter the situation. There truly is no excuse for that, which I solely stand by. But he is actually very confusing because he made out that statement, but it's seeming like he is trying to defend people who are taking the actions that he said he is against. So it's like there really is no resolve. A whole lot of people are just acting and speaking like this isn't a I I don't know, like, why. Something about this. There's something about this whole. There's something about everything going on that isn't shocking me. Is the fact that in everything in life, there definitely is going to be people who misunderstand the situations, people who do not really do research, and people who are like very close-minded. They hear what they hear, they believe and think what they think, and they just close up their minds, close up their ears to listen to another side. I mean, the way he came up and he started with, I just want to correct something you made. So that basically seemed like, okay, maybe he watched a video of commenting on this topic, a topic that he is possibly an advocate for, made an error, and he's like, okay, I'm going to go there and correct him. And then he came and he was like, I want to make a correction. I'm like, in my head, when he said that, I'm like, okay, go ahead. And I genuinely was rooting for him because I want to even see another perspective to some of the things that Charlie Kirk says. And then he goes on to sound like, I don't know, like an AI that was programmed to just say certain things, because he kept on saying, oh, this is my question, this is my question. But the statements before you got to your questions were actually questionable, and you didn't want Douglas to engage you. Like, just make it make sense, because you are here trying to like condemn something, but the thing you're condemning, you're also trying to side with the people who are taking these actions as well, because whatever is going on there is two sides. It's not like Israel just sat at a place and be like, oh, I want to go take down this place, I want to go take down, you get me? I don't want to mention names, but please, next, please, next. But as I always say, and as I always try to really just put out here, that everything going on in Gaza is horrific. It's so sad. And I know this is something that comes with the situation on ground. I don't want to mention name. I don't want to use the word, but this is what comes with the situation at hand. And it's just so sad that we who are like not experiencing it, all we can do is vocalize our sympathy, vocalize our thoughts on things, which isn't actually bringing a resolve, which is what is needed. Okay, so that's why when I see people just saying things that they really are not sure of, it kind of like pisses me off a little bit, because I feel like you should dedicate that time in doing something more for these people. And if you really cannot, then just stay, or actually just study, be open to getting facts and just knowing how, I don't know, how we can help as individuals. But it was quite educative. I was very much enlightened, and to be honest, I'm not going to come here and act like I have it all figured out, or I have it all researched, or I have every history, every knowledge, every information I should about what is ongoing at the moment. No. But to be honest, getting into videos like this, getting into videos like Douglas Murray, Charlie Kirk, getting into videos that are talking about these issues are my own way of adding up, topping up to like whatever I'm going to see on the internet, because there are a whole different perspective to whatever situation is going on. Like, even if you think something is black and white, trust me, it really isn't. So I'm very much open to knowing what people think, given like people's history, where you found your facts and all of that good stuff. I'm really, really going to appreciate it. But we have come to the very end of today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope you guys learned one or two. And if you do have something to correct, if you do have an opposing argument or whatsoever it be, please just comment down in the comment box respectfully as well. Please, 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 let's be respectful with our comments. If you are not respectful with your comments, actually, YouTube blocks it out. Okay, I see people who come on here with disrespectful comments and they're like, oh, you took my comments down. No, I didn't. YouTube did it. So if YouTube did it, you better know that you're not meant to be commenting in such a disrespectful way to anyone. But nonetheless, thank you all so much for joining me. Up on to the very next one. Let's keep on staying safe and healthy. So, bye.